Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you read the title, obviously you know this is going to be my story, I guess, about my brain surgery, the recovery, how it happened, why it happened, stuff like that. Yeah, so if you want to hear my story, then keep on watching. I'm gonna do kind of a brief backstory because it's really long and it would honestly just be a video in and of itself. And I don't really want to do that, so I'm just going to kind of give you a brief, very brief, short story of a really long story. Like 3 or 4 years ago, when I started getting really bad headaches and my speech was slurred all the time, my eyes started drooping. It still kind of does that, and I don't think that's really gonna go away, but it's definitely a lot better than it was. I was having like really bad memory issues, couldn't remember stuff. Right before my surgery, it was like couldn't spell my own name right, feeling like shit 24/7. I was always tired, slept all the time, or I didn't sleep at all. I was having a lot of trouble basically just functioning, and that just got worse over the year. The reason why it took so long for me to get my surgery was doctors and specialists and neurologists, neurosurgeons from where I live don't know really anything about what my condition was, which was a pineal cyst, and they don't get taught a lot about it in medical school, so they didn't really know what to do with it. A lot of the time what they'll do is it's usually an incidental finding. They're not usually symptomatic, which mine was, and they don't usually grow, which mine did. So they found mine in, I think, 2016, and it was 14 millimeters, I think. And so they kind of just left it at that. They were just trying to treat my headaches with medications, and I was on probably 10 or more within that time period. That's kind of the backstory. Basically, it was just me going back and forth with doctors, different medications, different specialists. It got expensive and it wasn't working, so my mom did her own research and she discovered a doctor through a Facebook group. His name is Dr. Kim. He's based in Texas, Houston, Texas. Got in touch with him, sent him my information and stuff to see if he would want to even, get a consultation with me. Pretty soon after she sent my information, they got back to us and said that they wanted to schedule a consultation. Time my cyst had grown from 14 millimeters to 16. So we went to Texas in December of 2018 and we saw him. He decided he was going to go ahead with the surgery. He scheduled my surgery for March 6th, 2019. What we had to do from there was we had to raise money basically so that I could go there and I could get the surgery. Insurance company, because he was in Houston, Texas and I'm in New York, it was considered an out-of-network procedure. They wouldn't cover it all. So going back and forth with the insurance company, they covered a lot of it, which is great, but we had to pay a couple thousand. What we did was we started a GoFundMe page. I'm still surprised did so well. So along with the GoFundMe page, which we started in December, I think, raised, I want to say like $4,000 through that. Did a benefit for me in February or January, I can't remember. Very soon before my surgery. It was probably like 2 weeks before. We did a benefit at Big Dipper Brewery, and that's why I'm wearing this shirt today. Really big shout out to them. So we raised about $5,000, a little more, doing a benefit there. So now we're gonna fast forward to March 4th. Was the day that we flew in to Houston. Was me, my mom, my stepdad Josh, and my dad and grandparents and aunt. They drove in from Florida to stay and help with, my recovery for the first week. We rented a condo for the 3 weeks that I would have been staying there. So then March 5th was my pre-op day. I had to go to the hospital. I had my surgery at Memorial Hermann Hospital. I had to get just regular labs, blood work. I had to get an MRI, and then also just had to meet with anesthesia. So I went to bed there for I think 6 o'clock. maybe 5:30, something really, really early. Checked in, I went to the pre-op area down with like a antibiotic thing or cleansing solution, whatever, and basically just wait. I'll insert some clips. I took some really crappy clips from when I was in there, but those will be right now. Hey guys.
All over his arm from shoulder to his fingertip.
So in the room with me was my mom and my father. So what they did in there was they started an IV, gave me some, like a sedative. Dr. Lewis came in and he kind of just explained, he was Dr. Kim's fellow and he also operated on me. He was in the OR. And he basically just explained everything that would go on during the surgery, what would go on from me leaving pre-op to going to the OR to when I would wake up. I don't really remember a lot of this. I don't remember being wheeled to the OR, but I remember I was in the OR and they were just giving me oxygen, and then I woke up. I was obviously really groggy. I was really kind of confused, but for some reason I was in really good spirits. It was like really strange. Woke up and I kind of just remember just hearing the nurses talk. I was in recovery for a couple hours. Mom and my dad came in and they saw me, and then I asked for my camera so that I could record me fresh out of brain surgery, I guess. So that clip will be here.
Oh. Okay, hello world. I look really fat right now, but I lived, bitch, so... Anywho, I can't stop crying because I miss my dog. But we're doing Gucci. So, yeah. Okay, that's it.
So obviously that's not my cutest angle. My face was really, really, really swollen and bloated, obviously, because they had me laying with my head kind of like this, so, and being pumped with fluids and stuff, so I was pretty swollen. Basically that night, I remember it was really terrible. It hurt really bad, which I would honestly do it 100 times again if I had to, because right now I don't remember that pain, and so yeah, I would do it again, honestly. The day after surgery, they took my catheter out, and I had tons and tons and tons of IV. I had an arterial line in my wrist, I had an IV here, I had one right here. I had the arterial line, which is a little bit different than an IV because it's, directly into your artery, which gives them your blood pressure as your heart beats, basically. The only way I can really describe the pain is it's, obviously your brain has just went through like major, major trauma. So I could literally just feel it just pulsing, and it sucked really bad. So I'll show you a couple pictures of me right after surgery. I think I might have a picture of the back of my head, but basically what it looked like, I might have one from my phone from the day I was discharged and I could finally walk and stuff. So basically it was just a bunch of layers and layers and layers of bandage so that, when I laid on it, it wouldn't hurt it or anything like that. Oh, I should probably explain like what my surgery actually was, right? I forgot to mention also, when I did my post-op MRI, my cyst was 19 millimeters, almost 20. So what they did was called a left occipital resection of a pineal cyst. Basically, they go where your left occipital bone is, kind of. They cut it open. They make their way down stuff, and then they kind of saw off a piece of the skull. It said it was about this much, but I don't really know. So they take that piece of skull off, and then they kind of just make their way through until they get to it. The pineal gland is in the exact center of the brain, where it's as deep as you can go into your brain, basically. So it's really, really risky, but Dr. Kim and Dr. Lewis were really good and came out with no complications. Where was I? I'm gonna insert a few pictures from just after, right here. Hello. Oh. Okay. What's today? Day 2?
Yep.
Day 2. We got moved from the ICU to the floor. My skull is pulsing. You can't hear that, but I can. So yeah. Got some morphine, so it doesn't hurt that bad, but it kind of still does, but yeah, that's all I have to say. Good night, world. So clearly I looked pretty rough. I was really tired. Most of those pictures are from the day after and the night of surgery. I got out, I think at like noon, and that was basically just that day. Once the adrenaline wore off and stuff, it was like not fun. Fast forward to leaving the hospital. I walked up the stairs into the condo, no problem. Laid down for a long time. I tried eating. I was really having a lot of trouble eating. I lost quite a bit of weight, like close to 10 pounds. I think. The next few days we had to take my bandages off, which I didn't record. I wish I did. But I was really scared because I thought it was gonna hurt, and it was pretty gross. It didn't hurt at all. So I have a picture of directly after that, and here it is. So I had, I think, 10 stitches. I also had the bone sutures, which are obviously still in there, but so I had those stitches that I couldn't get it wet or anything like that, obviously. So when I was washing my hair, I had to be really careful not to get it wet. And for a couple of days, I didn't wash my hair at all, which grossed me out so much because after surgery, my hair was just full of blood and betadine and sweat and but one of the nurses in the OR actually like braided my hair for me and put it like out of my way basically, and she dyed it with a surgical mask. Recovery wise, I'm doing really well. Actually was able to leave Texas a week early. I left Texas, I want to say like 10 days post-op. Like it was pretty crazy that I was able to fly that soon. Obviously I had nothing covering the back of my head, so I had to be really careful with that, and careful with like overworking myself and walking and overstimulation, stuff like that. Flight home was pretty good. Normally when I would fly, because of the extra pressure in my head, I would have a really hard time flying. My family, made like get or welcome home signs and stuff, my little brothers and sisters, and yeah, it was honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I probably was really lucky because I know a lot of people don't have the same experience that I had, and I think a lot of it has to do with how young I am and how healthy otherwise I was. So I know a lot of people, it takes a long time to recover, and a lot of people don't go back to work or school or anything like that as soon as I did. So I'm really thankful though that I was able to do that, and I'm working every day to make sure I stay caught up on things and not to overwork myself. My school has been really helpful with that. Mr. Bartlett, shout out to you and the rest of the school, and everybody that did the coin fundraiser for me and Aubrey. We're gonna donate that money back to the hospital that did my surgery, and they've made it really easy for me to ease my way back into school and get my work done and have free time and make sure if I'm not feeling good I can leave and it won't count against me or anything like that. And so I'm really grateful for all of them and all my teachers that have been really helpful in making sure that like my recovery goes smooth, because I'm still recovering. Obviously I'm gonna be recovering for a long time, but since I'm doing so well right now, I basically am back to my normal routine. I've never been happier, honestly. I don't know. I think just years of feeling like crap all the time and not being listened to and understood and, things like that, it really put a toll on my mental health. And since my surgery, I feel like a entirely new person. I don't think I've ever felt as happy and as good as I do now. I want to thank everybody in Tupper Lake and Long Lake and Saranac Lake and everywhere else from, everywhere that people donated and shared my story and helped me, just messaged me and told me that they were thinking of me, kept me in their prayers. Everybody that's been really understanding, my family members that have helped, a lot of people, people that helped with the meal train and the school helping me and the fundraiser during school. So that was my story. If you have any questions, anything that I left out, I'm sure I left out something, but if you're curious, comment down below or message me, or anything like that. A couple pictures probably up here right now of my head. Basically, they're probably going to be a little gross. If you don't like stuff like that, don't look. You can just skip. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I'm sure it'll be pretty long, but yeah, if you want to see more of my videos, if you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!